Greed has taken over football. Greed has taken over football. It is going to kill the game, and I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it that UEFA, the Premier League, the Royal Spanish Football Federation, um, the Italian Football Federation, and all that have stood still with FIFA, has stood still and watch all these club owners make this attempt to ruin football. You're welcome to the Banter Club. Subscribe to the channel. Um, if you've not actually, click on the notification bell. And if you like everything sports, wrestling, football, boxing, we're gonna update you on all that. But let's just dig in, guys, because this news is just annoying and it's unheard of. Let's start from 3 years ago. 3 years ago, there was news of elite clubs trying to break away from the Champions League and forming their own Super League, which is going to be backed by money. Um, what else? And it it doesn't make sense. And UEFA, FIFA, Premier League, the Spanish Football Federation, all they stood and watched these teams have meetings, and I'm sure they had insiders that were giving them information. So I didn't know why they stood there for this to happen, but all the same, it's happened. Today, Sky Sports tweeted and I think posted on all their social media handles that there's going to be a breaking news. There's going to be a news this evening that they formed the Super League, a league of elites. Um, all they wanted, Arsene Wenger 3 years ago said this about the Super League. He said it wouldn't go on without the Premier League size agreeing to this. The Premier League size had a key. Premier League, just like the Champions League, Premier League is the most watched league on the planet in terms of football. It's the most watched league on the planet. All over the world, everybody's craving for the Premier League. It has the big money deals, it has more television rights, and all that. Today, the news came out that they've all agreed. Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspurs. They've all agreed. This evening, Gary Neville blasted them and quoted, if I quote him right, he said it's criminal, and of course it is. It is. People don't see, um, they don't see how bad this is if it's allowed to go on. If it's allowed to go on, the beautiful game on was built from humble beginnings. It was built for the people, for the fans to enjoy it. It was made to make communities that nobody will give a damn to be recognized. It was made to make people that nobody give a damn be recognized. And rich people has taken over the sport, and they are trying to kill the beautiful game. So I just want to break it down for you so that you understand how it works, where it came from, when they are planning to start and all that. Now, the European Super League is a 20-team breakaway league. Matches are rumored to be played in season playoffs to determine the winners. With a provisional kickoff to start in 22-23 season. It has 15 additional founding clubs. These clubs will not be relegated, and it's a closed shop. These they are just there. No matter what you do, they are not relegated. They are not disqualified. Nothing. They'll be there every single season and pocket an amount of about 320 million each. Um, Five clubs will be entitled to qualify each season. So these five clubs can come from anywhere. So they will just have to qualify for through their leagues and all that, and they'll be invited to join. That's five clubs. These matches will be played. I think they've given it a midweek slot. I don't know how that's going to work. These 20 clubs that will be invited would, I think, will play in a midweek. Um, and as I said, with the English contenders, we have Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Manchester City, Spurs, Chelsea. In Spain, there's Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, plus one, maybe Sevilla, Villarreal, no one knows. In Italy, four places will be Juventus. Inter, already Juventus has agreed. Inter has agreed. AC Milan plus one. And in Germany, Dortmund and Bayern Munich and two other German clubs. And in France, PSG, presumably, and maybe Lyon or Marseille. But all the same, the German class haven't agreed yet. News is coming that in order not to be left out, they have decided to have a meeting and maybe agree on it. But as of now, as I'm speaking now, they've not agreed yet. Um, this league is supposed to be played by each team home and away. So all the 20, so you have 10 matches home, 10 matches away. Of course, they are gonna play in their domestic league. That's the plan for now. That is if the leagues allow them to play. The Premier League 38 game season already squeezed into about 34 weeks window, and there will now be an extra 34 games for each of the 5 selected Premier League teams that fit in. So, reducing the Premier League to 18, that is envisioned by the Project Big Picture, which is backed by the top six also. And scrapping the League Cup is what the Premier League is fighting now. And now this has come from out of nowhere, and they need to fight this one first. Mind you, if they're able to fight this one first, what is the Premier League gonna do about Project Big Picture? Because it will be hypocrisy to say that the Super League is going to destroy football and all that. We are going to ban that. It's not going to be good for the sport and all that. And you come back and you take away the League Cup, which also helps some of these not known teams and fifth tier, third tier, fourth tier teams to also get some recognition with their players and also some money. So it's a very dicey situation. Would there be any other room for any other games? Well, actually no, because as of now the season is squeezed with internationals and all that. It's amazing how are they going to do it. I mean, until 24, 25, that's when they said the season is gonna start. But FIFA is working on a new international calendar. Also in 24, 25, sorry, 22, 23, that's when the Super Cup is going to start. And 24, 25, FIFA's new calendar they're trying to bring up so that it will contain the conjunction in a season and make it simple for the players and smooth, so that we will not be having you play 4 weeks, you break for 2 weeks, you play 7 weeks, you break for 3 weeks. I mean, come on. Sometimes it disrupts club football. Clubs will be a huge amount of about 3.1 billion fund will be formulated by the competition organizers. I hear to be split between the 15 funding clubs. Payments will be ranging from 89 million to about 310 million, which will go into infrastructure of stadium and training facilities and account of pandemic revenue, which we know is a lie. Because, come on, Manchester United and Arsenal owners, the Kroenke and Glazer family, they are greedy. The Glazer family, look, it took a whole fans to start a hashtag on Twitter for them to fix a leaking roof at Old Trafford. So if you have owners like this and you are giving them 310 million and you are saying it's going to go into stadiums and training, they are not going to use it. They are going to just pocket the money and do what. That's why they are all joining this Super League. By the way, it's not rocket science. And what would it mean for the Champions League and the Europa League? It will be done. It's just simple. It will be done because you know why? Come on, if there is no Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, I don't know, can place in the Champions League, and it goes on. So let's just take them out. But they are there anyway. Tottenham Hotspurs, PSG, Dortmund, Bayern Munich, all these teams, Atletico Madrid. If they are not in the Champions League is done. I mean, no one is going to pay TV fee or is gonna pay to watch Shakhtar Donetsk against a team like Getafe. I mean, come on. No one is going to watch that. I mean, the Champions League will be done. It will be curtains. And so will the Europa League. All the clubs that get some revenues from qualifying from the Champions League, it's going to get dusted. And they are all going to go bankrupt, if you ask me. Because what it does is that most of their teams that are the big boys in their leagues, that help generate the money for their leagues, will be in the Super League. And when they are in the Super League, I don't think, and it's a close league. Take for example the Premier League. For now, If it goes on, you notice a problem because the rights have already been done for about 2 years or 3 years or so. But after it is done, TV broadcasters will be like, oh wait a minute. So you want us to pay this amount of money for a league that's not competitive? Because Manchester United wouldn't care, Arsenal wouldn't care, Chelsea wouldn't care, City wouldn't care, Tottenham wouldn't care, Liverpool wouldn't care, because they know that they are in a European elite competition where they are paid 320 million and they are not supposed to qualify. They are sorry. They are part of it. It's a close league that they are founding fathers, so they will not have to be kicked out, and they are getting the money they want. Why do I have to play competitive and risk my players to get injured and all that? What am I playing for? There's nothing to play for. You played for the Champions. You played to win the Premier League and qualify for the Champions League. And it is the Champions League and Europa League sports that determines how competitive the league is. Every league, it's not the Premier League. So if that happens, what's gonna happen is that the big six will just there's no competition there. No one. I mean, they are getting all the money, 300 million. That's like double of what the Premier League gives them. So they don't really care about it. It's not really competitive. And all the other lesser teams like Norwich and Aston Villa and West Ham, Everton, Leicester, they are all gonna fumble the bag, because what will happen is that financially broadcasters aren't gonna pay for it. So if broadcasters don't pay for it, what happens then is that all these teams do not get the money to pay their Vardis and their Jack Grealish and all those good players that are there. And grassroots football is going to be affected also, because grassroots football, some of these teams pick their players from second tiers and third tiers and fourth tiers and fifth tiers. Academy football picks them from there. So if these teams go bankrupt and they don't produce these youngies, all these big teams that are going to play the so-called Super League are going to have problem scouting on their own, because you've made yourself so big that nothing comes close to you. Every European football in the next 5 to 6 years will go bankrupt, and it will have to close shop, and it will be left to follow you. And are you going to play your local league? Do you want to wait for about 3 weeks, 2 weeks to play on your Super League, and then come home and train, and then let the players go to sleep for like 3 weeks, then come back and play? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I hope the Premier League and UEFA and the Spanish FA and the Italian FA, Portuguese FA, all these teams that are trying to join it should be punished. They should be punished. They shouldn't be allowed to go scot-free, so that next time they wouldn't try to do something stupid as this, as the European Super League. It's fucking stupid. And I don't for some reason I don't want this to happen, obviously, and I know you listening, you don't want this to happen also. It's a rubbish idea that you should boycott. If you're a football fan, you shouldn't support this. It's criminal, it's annoying, and all the owners of this club, the Glazers for Manchester United fans have always said that they are greedy and they don't really look after the team. They don't spend money that much, and when the chance comes for them to pocket 300 million pounds, they jump at it and be like, oh yeah, we want to be part of it. The crown case of Arsenal has become basically a rubbish team that can qualify for even European Europa League, and they are hovering around 10th in the Premier League. And what they want is that it's happy season. I don't have to play for qualifiers. I'm always in there pocketing the money. I mean, of course they will laugh at Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspurs, a rubbish team at that. I mean, all these teams are backed by Americans and businessmen who would do this, who doesn't really understand the sport, and all they do is that they do what they do for money. Boycott it, hashtag say no to Super League. Go to Twitter, Facebook, and support the campaign. Let's end this menace. It's, as Gary Neville said, it's criminal, it's annoying, and they should be punished for everything they've done to disrupt the football game. What are we playing for again? Then football should close shop. And the punishment that I've heard actually is that FIFA and UEFA joint statement, they said that any team that joins this Super League or entertain the idea will be banned from all of their competitions, and there are players that they play with. For example, imagine a World Cup with no Paul Pogba, with no Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne, Messi, Ronaldo. That is what FIFA and UEFA are saying, and the UEFA Nations League, UEFA, the Euros. I mean, you are not gonna have all these Hurricane and Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo. You have them in there because their club decided to stupidly join a campaign called European Super League. It's annoying. Just join the campaign and let's try to end this. If you support your club and you really want you really want the beautiful game to go on, no matter where it's going to have an impact in every single continent. It doesn't matter where you are. If you really look at it technically, it's going to have an impact on every single continent, and you should boycott it. You shouldn't support this. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Subscribe to our channel. If you like this podcast, follow us on Twitter at GA Source Code, and as I said, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for listening, and boycott this idea. Support the campaign. Stop the Super League. Say no to the Super League. Hashtag on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you find yourself on social media.